Hello, African Export. My name is Tepsi, and I just wanted to respond to what you had to say about the integrity of certain YouTube vloggers as they become more successful. You had a lot of really good points, and I think that it gave us sort of a moment to sit, think, be like, oh yeah, I've been feeling this way, but I haven't really articulated it. I think for a lot of us, that's what ended up happening. You brought up a few points and a few other, events have happened since you posted your original video. I think it's a really healthy dialogue that's happening. I want to thank you for starting it because obviously it's, on people's hearts and in their minds, and they have something to say in response. I have a couple of main points that I want to make. The first is about what you had to say about jealousy. The second is about the fights that have exploded since you released your video. Um, and Taryn also made a response. I want to talk about the assumptions that some people make. And finally, I want to talk about focusing on the positive because I think that's what we need to do next. So basically, what you had to say about jealousy, I think maybe that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, and I respect it, but I don't agree. I think that as a community, people are happy to see others succeed because it gives you a sense of hope that maybe you can do it too. Um, I think a lot of people start their channels not just to express themselves, but to see how far they can get, how much they can push themselves. And I think that success happens as a result of hard work and perseverance, maybe a little bit of luck, but I don't think that people feel jealous and respond the way they do because of that emotion. Secondly, the fights that have exploded. I it I don't know. I don't know how to feel about them. I think people have brought up valid points in some of the fights, but it became really negative and it doesn't feel good. It's not a good vibe. So I really hope that people can sort of take what's happened, learn from it, hopefully listen to what people are saying about integrity and how to maintain it and use it positively. Like I said, I wanted to mention that people are making assumptions and that assumptions are not always good to make, or usually they're not. We all know what assumption spells out if you do it phonetically. And I think a lot of people are making fools out of themselves by putting themselves in the attack mode and not spending time reflecting. I think that's what needs to happen, a little bit of reflection time on the part of those YouTube vloggers who are really popular, who are perhaps losing their integrity if they feel that they are being spoken of um, in the collective that you brought up here, then they should do something about it, instead of attacking. On one hand, it's bad to make assumptions because you did not name any names, and Taryn didn't name any names. So nobody should assume that we're talking about them. But if they think it, if they feel it, if they have an inclination that it is them, then they should do something about it on their own time instead of attacking people because it's really not healthy. It's not fun for anybody. And it's not, it does not make for a happy, positive environment, and it does not help anybody's opinion of you. And I think that people can say as much as they want to that you don't care what people think of you, but at the end of the day, I think we all care. And my last point, that brings me to my last point, focusing on the positive. Like I said, I think people should use this as a lesson. Those who are up and coming and are starting to become successful should think about their original fan base or their original subscribers and how they started when they were first interacting with them and continue, to have that same sort of feeling. I'm not saying that nobody should change. We all change, right? Um, I think we're all entitled to that. But at the same time, change in a good way. Sell yourself in a good way. Brand yourself in a positive way that puts a good spin on things. Yeah, I think that's it. I've said everything I wanted to say. I want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to have this discussion. Like I said, it gave me a chance to think, to really, really think. And I think it did the same thing for a lot of people out there. So, on the whole, unfortunately, it did kind of get negative, but I think we can end it on a positive light and on a happy note. Good night. God bless. Bye.